Hello, my name's Tim Bright and I'm an assistant producer at the Australian Centre for the Moving Image. After finishing school, I did a year of an arts degree and focusing on politics and history and that sort of thing. But I quickly moved into a Bachelor in Digital Media at the College of Fine Arts in Sydney. A very broad degree actually on all manner of discipline that was using computers to create art and design. It was a great course and it gave me a really good sort of grounding in all manner of digital knowledge. After that I worked for a little while and went overseas and did all those sort of various things, but after coming back I decided that I wanted to do a bit more studying, and I ended up down at the VCA in Melbourne studying in production, specifically sound design. So I was particularly interested in sound and interesting ways of using sound, so where sound and video and lighting and all this sort of stuff would work together in one sort of cohesive performance. So after that, I quickly sort of got work as a sound engineer. I quickly moved on to becoming a sort of stage manager and a technical manager in various different sort of theatre shows. I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to do a number of sort of tours nationally and even over to the UK. The nature of that sort of work is very job to job, freelance sort of lifestyle, which is great in a way because you could take holidays whenever you wanted or do this or that, and there was enough work to often be working. I was quite petrified at first in this sort of line, you know, not having a full-time job and wondering where the sort of pay was going to come from, but after a while you sort of got quite comfortable and you know that you could continually get the next thing. But in amongst all of that, I started working a lot with sort of young people at Signal, which is an organisation run by the City of Melbourne. They get artists in to produce programs for young people to foster their creativity. Signal has a much broader perspective than ACMI in the sense that it has all sorts of art disciplines. I was lucky enough to work on a number of programs, including this program called the Screen Commissions Project, and you know, that was nice to work with young people to try and encourage them to think about how to work with these facilities that were there that perhaps wouldn't have thought so to do otherwise. So after doing that job, I got the opportunity to get this job at ACMI, and it's a 4-day-a-week position, so I get the opportunity to do other work as well, and I still do that. I was doing a video clip the other week for, I'm not going to name drop, but that was a good little project, and I get the opportunity to still do some video editing and animation stuff for other organisations, so it's good. My role in particular focuses on the Intermix program, and the Intermix program is for young people 15 to 20 years of age. It's part of the public programs team at ACMI, and we produce and deliver all the events for the general public. So that's often talks, workshops, conferences, performances, live events, anything that ACMI as an organisation develops to present for the general public. That's where our team's involved. You know, I would have said to my younger self, I suppose, to have been more assertive or brave in doing creative works in my early 20s, because I was making things and I was doing things occasionally, but I often wouldn't share them and I wouldn't sort of push to get them out there in any way, shape or form. But when I later did that, you know, they were really well received, and it's only after showing people and getting advice and feedback and all the rest that you can get better at things. And so I suppose that's something that I encourage you. I've had a number of examples where, you know, I started off as a volunteer or as a profit share sort of situation for theatre companies, and I've ended up, you know, getting work with them down the line that's been quite well paid. So, you know, it all comes around, it all comes good in the end.